What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, or in this case, the Natural Elite Thriller. Just saying. And welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from November 27th, 2019. This was the Thanksgiving Eve edition. AEW Dynamite results. Your commentators were um Tony Schiavone, good old JR Jim Ross, and Excalibur. And they're in Chicago, Illinois. So let's get right into the show here. The opening show was a segment. If a feature the AEW World Champion Chris Jericho, Le Champion, as he does the Chris Jericho's Thanksgiving Thank You celebration. And he had along with him Soul Train Jones, who is best known as Virgil from at the time of World Wrestling Federation with the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase during that golden era, and also known as Vincent back in the days of WCW World Championship Wrestling, where it pertains to being part of the NWO. So basically, Soul Train Jones was in the ring along, with some portraits for what pertains to the inner circle with the presence and the goofy mascot dancing around around ringside, marching band, all the whole 9 yards and everything. It reminds me of Chris Jericho's segments that he's been doing back in the days of WWE. With the whole thing with Kevin Owens, the friendship, the festival of friendship. Um, that's basically what the gist of it was. Basically a comparison, similarity of the whole this is your life what pertains to the Rock, with Mankind and the Rock back during the Attitude Era, that whole type of thing. That's what it reminds me of. And then we get some thank you chants for Jericho. Thank you, Jericho. Jericho tells the fans to shut the hell up, and the fans start booing. Jericho also shows off his a little bit of the bubbly champagne, which you can order on a little bit of the bubbly.com. And then he brings out Santana, Ortiz, and Sammy Guevara. They got gifts for Jericho, and Jericho starts ripping apart the crowds once again. Cause that's Chris Jericho. He's evil. So Jericho rips the president up. Rips the president from Sammy Guevara, and the gift. I try to remember what the gift was. Oh yeah, a cardboard out of Jericho and Sammy Guevara hugging. That was what the gift was. Oh man, that was very thoughtful. From the Spanish God in Sammy Guevara. And then we got Santana Ortiz, proud and powerful. They got gifts of their own for Chris Jericho. Basically, to help him avoid the flu flip, a little bit of the bubbly. I'm sorry, a little bit of the 4-day. Like to say, they have a Puerto Rican flag bandana for Chris Jericho as a gift. And Jericho's wondering where was Jake Hager, and Jake Hager comes out. He had a goat with him, and he has a trainer with him to control this goat because that goat didn't look like they didn't want to be there. And the goat's name was Chris Jericho. That was hilarious. I think we had a giant present, and the giant present was revealed to be Chris Jericho's dad, a former New York Ranger player of NH HNL hockey, National HL, meant to say, National Hockey League. That's meant to say, NHL. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. But yeah, and then the crowds were going, "Let's go Blackhawks!" Because they're in Chicago. Obviously, the Blackhawks are hockey players, hockey team. and his dad says that the Blackhawks were and always will be wimps. Basically, drawing some heat and all that. And then we get crowds chanting, "Rangers sucks, Rangers sucks." And also we get Jericho calling up Justin Roberts to come in there and read um basically an official statement for the higher ups of AEW and TNT. So Justin Roberts starts reading it, and then Jericho after Justin Roberts finished reading it, Jericho's like, you know what, I didn't like the tone of your voice when you read that. Because he felt like he didn't mean it, basically Justin Roberts, and what that lead to? A beatdown on Justin Roberts by the inner circle. They jumped him, and all of a sudden we got coming down for the save was Best Friend and Orange Cassidy, but they got beat up for a little bit, but oh no, sorry. They got beat for a little bit, but then all of a sudden the Lucha Brothers came out to attack them, and then that's when in the skies, by the way, what pertains to the mascots surrounding the ring, you have SCU coming in, and that was basically it for that segment, and that was basically it for the segment there. Very very entertaining segment. I enjoyed it. I liked it. Some people, it reminds me of WWE. But as long as if it's done right and not overly scripted, then it was fine by me. So then we get to the match with the best friends, which is Trent and Chucky Taylor, Chucky T, what you want to say, Chuck Taylor, being covered by Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy was just like a turkey. I think he was just like a turkey. I could be wrong, but I think he was just like a turkey. But they go up against the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix, and they had a match. It's been a good match with Best Friends getting the win over the Lucha Brothers. That was shocking to me. Then we get to Hikaru Shida teaming up with Chris Stanlander, who's being considered as an alien. I don't know why, but I guess because of her look, I like I don't see alien alien vibe. I don't see any alien vibes from her, but basically she's from the it's I guess it's supposed to be her gimmick, whatever. I don't know, but nevertheless she looks pretty cool and sexy too. But they go up against Bea Priestley and Emi Sakura. As being a decent women's tag team match with Emi Sakura and Bea Priestley winning. Excuse me. Then we get John Moxley kind of promo. He says, "Trailblaze, he said blazing a trail. Napalm, napalm death. I did. That's how he said it. He runs through the AEW roster, and he wonders if anyone is out there that wants to get him to get to him before he gets to them. Someone crazy." Moxley says he wonders if anyone wants to step up and be a hero. Go ahead, try it. Moxley says before heading off. He said that he basically went off after that. So yeah, it was a good promo from John Moxley. And also, we get to this match with Cody, Cody Rhodes versus some guy named Matt Nix. Cody Rhodes wins. It was a squash. After the match, Cody Rhodes cuts a promo to MJF. He basically wants to challenge him. All of a sudden, someone comes from the ring, comes through the ring, and Excalibur on commentary said, "It's the Blade," and then the other guy, the Butcher, and then the Bunny comes out, and the Bunny ends up being Allie. And as you could tell, it was Allie. So I'm saying myself, wait a minute, I don't know who was the Blade. I don't know who's the Butcher. Not even Jim Ross didn't know who was those two teams. Who were the teams of the Blade and Butcher. So Excalibur, I'm assuming he wasn't, I'm assuming represents to AEW. Excalibur was supposed to reveal the names because I'm obviously with Excalibur, he probably didn't know who they were before being signed to AEW, because at this point now they're some of AEW, but none of us don't know who they are. Not even Jim Ross could figure out, especially good Jim Ross, was someone like, by the way, I don't think Tony Schiavone was on commentary, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if I recall, I think I remember this episode where Tony Schiavone was not on commentary for this edition of AEW Dynamite. But I'm watching this, and I say to myself, I don't know who the Blade is. I don't know who the Butcher is. I know who Ali is, but as I'm watching Ali, leading the Blade and Butcher, I see myself, where did this come from? Why all of a sudden Ali is now a heel? Like, there was no signs of why she wants to turn bad. There was nothing that they telegraphed it on TV, or why Ali decided to had this this new attitude, and all of a sudden she's now a heel and she's the bunny. But and it's cool, by the way. She looks cool with the bunny outfit. I like the stable too. That she's managing. The tag team, the Blade and the Butcher. I like the looks. The looks looks unique. Anything better than the Dark Order. I'm just saying, but these guys come out of nowhere. I don't know who they are. I want to know who they are before they start coming in and running roughshod of AEW. Instead, they just show up there out of nowhere, and then where Excalibur on name dropping them, we're expect to know who they are. No, we don't know who they are. Now, what pertains to who ends up being the Blade and the Butcher. The Blade is formerly known as Braxton Sutter, Pepper Parks, who is in real life married to Allie. And then you got the Butcher. I'm assuming they said his name is Andy Williams. Now I'm not saying AEW said that. I'm saying for what I heard from other people from podcasts. This wrestler, there's no indie wrestler named Andy Williams. I think his name is. I could be wrong, or is Andrew Williams, whatever. It's one of those two. But I don't know. I don't know who they are. I mean, obviously, I didn't recognize him at first, probably. With chance to Pepper Parks, Braxton Sutter. I didn't recognize him at first, but also, as soon as I found out that was his name, I said to myself, oh wait, that is him. Like, wow, okay, that is him. Last time I saw him, as obviously in Pep Wrestling, shaved head, but now he's got his hair. He's growing his hair, but instead, but the thing is, he's balding though. Is that's basically the gist of it. But yeah, let's see where this goes. But by the way, the whole thing with the Blade and the Butcher appearing out of nowhere, they beat up on Cody Rhodes, and the bunny wasn't in charge of the attack. Or so we thought at the time. But but I'll do more of these catching up all these reviews of AEW for Potential Dynamite. So we got Pac versus Kenny Omega, the rematch from All Out, and it was a great match. In the end, it was Kenny Omega getting the win, by just stacking up Pac for the win because Pac made a mistake. And Kenny Omega got the win, so now they're on 1-1, and the rubber match. When it's gonna happen, I don't know, but hopefully it'll lead up to maybe the next pay-per-view for AEW. But we'll see. But I'll get to more of that when I get close to that review of it. We're changing that announcement. Not the match itself. The announcement of the next pay-per-view for AEW, which has been trademarked for AEW. But but we'll get to that when we get to it. Eventually. MJF being accompanied by Warlord versus Hangman Adam Page, where the winner's match gets basically these are the two runner-ups from the Battle Royal. The Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal, that's what it was. Where the winner of this match now, represents the final two that was in the ring previously from that Battle Royal. When I have faced each other in a one-on-one match, and the winner of that match will receive the AEW Diamond Ring. And match is pretty decent. Warlock got involved in a match where MJF ends up getting the win with one of the most worst, ugliest crossroads I've ever seen. But I guess it was designed that way because MJF, insurance policy in Warlock punches Alan Page. Alan Page basically was knocked out because of that. So in a way, it was kind of it was just, I guess in a way it was designed that way, to make it look like like MJF could get it all the way in, because Page didn't know, he was at this point he was not knocked out. So in a way, it kind of worked that way. So after the match was over, obviously MJF won. He wins the Diamond Ring. Diamond Dallas Page presents the ring to him. He's like, presenting the ring to him, but at the same time he's also disgusted at MJF for what he did to his buddy Cody Rhodes, and basically he gets up in his face and all that, and MJF puts his gum in the hand of DDP. This gonna be being serious, and then Warlow gets in the face of DDP, and all of a sudden a brawl breaks out with DDP and Warlow. MJF try to get involved too as well. Referees and security comes in to break it up, pull apart of it, and that's basically the end of that. Then we get to another segment in the ring where Dustin Rhodes is being interviewed by Jennifer Decker, and it pertains to the whole inner circle. All of a sudden, the inner circle hits the ring to attack Dustin Rhodes, but Dustin Rhodes fought him off a little bit, only to get jumped from the Numbs gang, and then Matt Jackson comes out, and then Nick Jackson comes out, basically to even the odds, and this sets up a match for the next AEW Dynamite, which I'll do that review eventually as well. So there you go. We get a video vignette of the Dark Order where they're taking they're taking a phone number from it. Basically a random guy taking a flyer, a phone number of it. He cuts into a group meeting. The Dark Order is talking to a group of people, reaching out for them, in life. Our Evil Uno says, "Yeah, we are everything. We are one. Are you ready to pledge to the Dark Order?" And that was it. Now I don't know, it's just gonna be on their way to try to convince me to like the Dark Order, but this is something they should have been doing with them, instead of just presenting them out there, like for example what they just did with the Blade and the Butcher. Then we get to the main event. Chris Jericho defends his AEW World Championship against Scorpio Sky. Match happens, ends up being a pretty good match. In the end, it was Chris Jericho getting the win, because obviously he wasn't going to lose. And still, you're AEW World Champion. After the match, Jericho puts in the Lion Tamer onto Scorpio Sky. Also, we hear the music of Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley comes out. He's on first stepping down, a little closer, and then all of a sudden he was still in the crowd, and it went off the air. And like, wait, that's it? Oh, okay. So that's how the show ended. So take it as it is, I guess. But there you go. So talking about wrestling, with 6 matches on the show for AEW Dynamite from November 27th, 2019. And our overall show rate for the show, I'm gonna go with a 7 out of 10. And with that being said, thank you all for watching for It's Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. For this was your All Elite Wrestling review, where pertains to giving you AEW Dynamite results from November 27th, 2019. Until next time, we're pertains to catching up on Morty's All Elite Wrestling review. I'm out.